So in this next video, we're going to be talking about graphing inequalities. So here, we're going to graph each inequality shown. So for this first one, I have x is greater than 3. So you don't have to write out a whole number line. I just usually just do 3 tick marks. I put my number here in the middle, and then I just go 1 on either side. So to the left, that would be 2. To the right, that would be 4. And then I want to graph it. So first I look to see whether there's a line underneath it or not. So here there is no line underneath it. So that means at 3 I'm going to have an open circle. And then I'm looking to see which way I'm going to go. It says x is greater than 3. So I want all the numbers bigger than it. And so I'm going to point to the right. And I can check my work because if I plug in 4 into here, 4 is, in fact, greater than 3. So I'm good. Another way you can think about it is you can look at the way the arrow is pointing. So the arrow here, or the inequality, is pointing to the right. So I'm going to graph to the right. But the important thing there, the x has to be on the left-hand side to tell you which way to go, which we'll see that example here in a second. Okay, this next one says x is less than or equal to -4. So again, I'm going to do my 3 tick marks. I'm going to put the -4 in the middle. One to the left of that on a number line would be -5, then -3. So here I do have the line underneath, so that means that x can be less than -4 or it can be equal to it. So here I'm going to do a closed circle. And I want everything less than or equal to it, so that means I need to go to the left. And again, I can check my work. If I plug in -5 in for x, that is in fact true. -5 is less than or equal to 4. -4. And again, the arrow is pointing, or the inequality is pointing to the left, so I drew my inequality to the left. Okay, now for this next one, it's a little bit different. I see that my x is instead on the right-hand side. So if I'm just reading this, this says 5 is less than or equal to x. So it's really tempting to go and say, okay, this is a closed circle. The arrows, or the inequality, is pointing to the left, so I'm going to graph to the left. But that is not right. So I recommend whenever you see the variable on the right-hand side to switch it around. So how I do that is I put the x on the left, the 5 on the right, and then I need to flip this inequality around. I want this open end to still be pointing at the x. And so I see this was really saying x is greater than or equal to 5. And so now I can look and see where the inequality is pointing. It's pointing to the right. So I'm going to go to the right. And I can again check my work. If I plug in 6 into this original one, 5 is in fact less than or equal to 6. So I'm good. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and try that next one. And again, be careful because your variable is on the wrong side. Okay, this is the graph that you should have gotten for that last one. So here, the x was on the wrong side, so I needed to go ahead and switch it around. And so when I switch it around, I need to make sure I flipped that inequality. And so I have x is less than 1. Since there's no line underneath it, it's just an open circle. Okay, that's it for this video. You can go ahead and move on to the next one, where we'll be talking about writing inequalities.